Back to Indie Venture, the video game podcast all about the wonderful world of indie games. My name is Rachel Watts, and I'm joined today with one of my two fellow co-hosts. Rebecca Jones is here.
Hello.
And yes, unfortunately, Liam is absent. He's not feeling well, bless him.
He's not very well.
So he's sitting this one out.
Yeah, but he'll be fine soon. It's nothing, hopefully it's nothing serious. It's just, just today is not the day. For Liam
today is not the day. So yeah, he'll be back next time. But in his absence, this episode we're going to be chatting. Well, it's the mid-year check-in, which is one of my favorite episodes because basically we get to exactly what it sounds like. We're going to check in with the year, how we're feeling about the year, our favorite games as of 2026 of June, and just any anticipated indies that are coming up within the year. We're going to be chatting about it all. But first, it's Pride Month. So, yay, happy Pride
everybody.
Woo! Me and Rebecca have our fans. Mine
do.
is my ace fan, and Rebecca's
Mine
is
is
the
my
bi.
Heavy-duty bi fan because I kept breaking the lightweight ones. Yeah.
So, yeah, we were going to do a Pride episode, but we kind of didn't know exactly what we wanted to do. But one thing we did want to give a shout out to is the Pride bundle for this year. This one this year is called the Power of Pride 2026 bundle. For $60, you can get, so many games. But there's also a pay what you can option. So you can also, if you don't have $60, not everyone does, you can contribute your own amount of money that you think is fair or that you have. And then you also get all these amazing games. And there's a lot of games. Have you seen any, Rebecca, that you
I have. I've seen
of?
a couple that I'm really excited about. So
oh, yes. What are they?
Shall I go?
Absolutely.
So one that's really caught my eye because it's something that has been on my radar for a little while now is the community notes are wrong, which is kind of, I think it's technically what you get in the bundle is the latest demo, but because of the way that this works, because there's not really early access on itch, what it really is chapter 1 of the game as it's being sort of put out bit by bit by the devs. But the community notes are wrong is a very specifically, it aims to tackle the subject of biphobia in a way that the dev has said they want it to be made clear that biphobia is its own distinct thing, that it's just because it's a bisexual woman experiencing biphobia. It's not just about homophobia meeting misogyny. It's its own discrete experience. And this story is told through a woman who is a fairly high profile sapphic musician. She's quite well known as a sapphic woman in the music scene, and she gets the paparazzi get a picture of her kissing a man, and she gets a lot of abuse online because of the perception that sapphic women in very public spaces should really basically always be exclusively lesbian. And,
oh god, okay.
And so she receives a lot of pushback, but it's also it sounds really intense, and it is from what I've seen, but also it's it is kind of like a lighter side game. It's a little bit more of a slice of life in places. There are two love interests, a man and a woman, who you can pursue as the romantic options in the game. So it's just one that's been on my radar for a while, and it's really nice to see it in this bundle.
Yay!
I haven't played it. I hope to get around to playing it soon because it looks really interesting, and I definitely, the message behind it seems really important and worthwhile to me.
That's so nice.
It's just, I'm really looking forward to that one. And the other one that I want to shout out, again, one that I've not played but I really hope to soon, is A Tavern for Tea, which is one of the more recent games from One Night Hot Springs developer NPCKC. Obviously, the Year of Springs trilogy.
Creator.
I love the Year of Springs. I need to get around to their other games. They've got, I think, 3 other games they've done since.
Okay.
All similarly short games, and A Tavern for Tea is one of them, and it's in this bundle as well. So those are my picks from the first few pages of the many pages in the bundle description.
Yes, I've also spotted a couple of things that I like the look of. I know that there's one I've played before, which is This Game Will End in 205 Clicks, and that's by the same person who did In Styles and Time. And
Oh,
so
nice.
this one is also kind of very meta in terms of gameplay, like in Stars on Time, where you play as a villain, and then after 205 clicks, it's like a visual novel, the game ends, and it's about this villain knowing that. And so
Oh.
they're kind of grappling with like all that good meta stuff. So I've played that before, and I can definitely recommend that's a great game, and I'm very happy it's in the bundle. And
That
the second
does sound
one
awesome.
I saw is called Blowbun, which is a puzzle game where you play as like a bunny who's like also slime. And you just have to it's very much like an A to B puzzler with like all sorts of really interesting puzzle mechanics. But that's also like just a really great puzzle game. I can recommend it wholeheartedly. And yeah, that's literally just like the first couple of pages out of the bundle. We love supporting any sort of pride initiatives, any sort of queer initiatives. So yeah, if you're and also there's a note here that there's something about AI. Basically that there's no games with AI in the bundle.
Saw that as well, which is fantastic. Yeah.
I don't know how to put that in a nice way, but there's no AI games in this bundle.
No.
But yes, happy Pride, everyone. I hope everyone
Pride.
is, marching out or just enjoying time at home, where you want to celebrate being gay and cool. You do it.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Rebecca?
No, I think you nailed it.
Woo!
I was going to say, if you don't have the capacity for gay pride, do consider gay wrath, but gay sloth always acceptable, in my opinion.
Yes, this is okay. That's good. I like that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Right, but now that we've got Pride out the way, we're on to our mid-year recap, which
I
is
guess. Well, I mean,
crazy.
Should we start then with us both having a bit of personal news, or do you just want to like?
Let's do the personal news.
Okay, let's
do the personal news.
But yeah, I'll just jump in and be like, yeah, I have a new gig. As of the recording, this is the first episode I've recorded since I left IGN.
Yes.
I have a new gig. I probably, by the time this episode is out, hopefully,
yes,
it will be a matter of public record. But at the moment, I don't know exactly when it's going to happen, so I can't say just yet. But I can do a little tease. If you see me crop up on another podcast around the same time that this one goes out, that will have the information on it, hopefully, about what I'm doing next. I'm very excited. Basically, it boils down to freelance. But it's sort of a freelance and the and is the bit that I am talking around at the moment. So watch this space. Exciting new chapter in my life in games media. So that's me.
Me and Rebecca have been in a very similar situation where we've both had like massive moves recently.
Yes.
Because my bit of news is that I've left Thinky Games. I'm no longer working at Thinky Games because I'm kind of not a journalist anymore. I just thought it was time for me to leave the world of journalism for permanently, ? Who knows? But I'm now part of Drachnik and Friends. I'm the marketing manager over there. Yay!
I am so excited to see what you get up to there.
Thank you. So I'm still in the puzzle thinky space, and I'm still doing other stuff. But at the moment, I just kind of wanted to step away from journalism. Me and Rebecca have had so many conversations about maybe one day
we'll. Part of the foundation of our whole friendship has been those conversations.
Yes.
Only part of it. Most of it was Ace Attorney memes, but
true.
There was that too.
So I've stepped away from journalism for now. But yeah, I'm going to be with Drachnik and Friends, helping them market their games, and I'm really excited about it. And
yes,
it's going to be a bit weird. I think I'll be playing a lot more puzzle games though. I think that's the one thing I know that's going to happen, is like I'm just going to be just playing out of curiosity and just like being a big puzzle fan now.
Yes.
Just playing more puzzle games and getting good at puzzle games. My ultimate goal is to finish Steven's Sausage Roll. That's a goal I've set for myself. The hardest puzzle game ever created, ? So yeah, Drachnik. Woo! They're a lovely team. So actually, when this comes out, because I haven't started just yet, I will have been with them for that week. The same week this comes out, I start. And same with no.
Well, we're not sure.
Okay,
So
okay.
I kind of start this week a bit, and then I go on holiday for 2 weeks, and then
Yes.
hopefully, through the magic of not actually being in charge in the 2 weeks when I'm on holiday, the bit that I've done this week will have
Yes.
become a thing
Okay.
that people have seen. So
So it's very odd now that Liam is, stepped away from journalism. I've kind of stepped away from journalism. You're 1 foot in, 1 foot out without saying too much about that.
yeah, I've gone more independent for sure. Is one thing that I
Yes.
will. I'm focusing more on indie outlets for what I'm doing next. So I mean, that's a good move for me.
It's a very good move. I think, if you're anyway kind of looking at what's happening in games right now, journalism is not great. Or neither is apparently just game dev in general. Like, it's kind of
The
tough.
whole industry is
Yeah.
sort of on fire at this
Yeah,
point, it's safe to say.
And we're just hanging here, just like, hi guys, oh god. But I mean, who knows how that, like, obviously it's not going to affect the podcast, but I think it will affect, like I've said this before, but like how we engage with games, like how we talk about them, like how many we play and how much. And I think this will tie into this episode because
Yes,
the first
yeah,
half
quite
of the
likely.
year, up till now, me and you were in one working career mindset, and now after this episode onwards, we're going to be in another kind of mindset.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested
100%.
how that's going to affect my pre-June
Yes.
view of 2026 and post-June 2026.
Yes, I do
Right?
absolutely think that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's already been so nice because I don't know if this is a good segue into what we were going to kind of talk about, but
Seg away.
one thing that I've been doing a lot is that as we were talking about doing this episode, and I was looking through my little list of games, my little diary. It's not really a diary; it's more a spreadsheet of the
Love
games
that.
that I've been playing this year. Is I realized that I've been revisiting more stuff. So from previous, I've not played a huge amount of new stuff from this year so far, but I have done a lot of revisiting.
Okay.
And yeah, so but it's been really nice actually because one of the games that I have gone back to is Little Kitty Big City, which is one of my favorite. It came up in our 2024, one of my favorite indie games of 2024. And it got a major update last August, I think, but I just never got the time. I never got round to it. And as I had last week off, I was officially between jobs last week. I was reminded of this game because, funnily enough, they had a tie-in event with the Amazing Digital Circus, of all things, which is the show I've been really into that I went to see in the cinema.
Oh my god!
Cinema last week.
Okay.
And it was like that ending stayed with me. And so when there was an opportunity to just go and like be a cute cat, I was like, I think I need to heal like a little bit.
Was it that? Was it? Oh my god!
Honestly, I think that people would come for my head if I gave any sort of indication. I will say it is quite bittersweet, is all I will say.
Okay.
But they, of all things, they had a tie-in event for Little Kitty Big City's 2nd birthday last month.
I would never think these two worlds would collide.
It's honestly, if I may go off on one, it is kind of the wonderful thing. We're seeing a lot of indie games that are, Little Kitty Big City didn't take off in a huge way, but it's got its fan base, right?
Yes. Yeah,
and
I'd agree with that.
A lot of indie games are in that position, and those are the indie games that tend to do a lot of collaborations. We've been seeing, like, for example, Paralive's just like making friends with a lot of other indie games and like going and having all these tie-in events. And then you're seeing a lot of indie cinema really taking off this year as well. I mean, like Amazing Digital Circus and Iron Lung and Backrooms and Obsession. And all of that really taking off. And to see those kind of I just feel like there is this lovely space in indie creation where everyone just kind of you're friends with someone, so you go and do like a nice little tie-in event, like it's just a skin or a hat or a memento on a wall, but it's just to say that, hey, like, these are our friends, and maybe if you like us, you'll like them, and like it's kind of digital networking in a way between different indie productions, and I just think that's really sweet.
And it's just nice supporting each other like that as
Exactly. It's so lovely, and there's been, like I said, there's been a lot of that going on in the last few weeks.
For sure.
With the Paralives launch and with a bunch of other little things. But yeah, I've been enjoying that such a lot. Just going and my point, I've recalled the point.
It has returned like a boomerang.
Has returned. Yes. Was that when I played Little Kitty Big City the first time when it came out in sort of early. It was part of the Indiepocalypse, the May 9th, 2024 Indiepocalypse.
Oh
was one of those games.
Yes.
And I played it then. And I liked it, right? And I knew what I liked about it, but I never felt like I connected with it. Because at that point, I didn't feel like I connected with a lot of games. And so going back 2 years later and just instantly actually feeling like all that like affection and like actually enjoying the experience of being in this game just like really made it clear to me the difference between kind of like being games media corporate and games media independent.
Yes.
And that really
I was like,
made that.
what's the biggest difference between then and now?
Yeah, I couldn't begin to say. But yeah, it was just, obviously that was like my first day of being like post corporate games media. And so a lot of feelings, obviously, and a lot of time to resolve all those feelings. But it was kind of surprising how instant that experience of like, I can take my time and like, I can just see this game world as this like beautiful space that it is and, slow down and appreciate the moment.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a really nice feeling.
So would you say like the beginning of the year for you, how has that been in terms of games? So you said you've not played a lot of new games, but you've returned to, how many are we talking here? Is it the majority of games that you've gone back to as bigger than new? Is that what you said?
I'm looking at my literal list, and I'd say for indies, which I've obviously narrowed it down to, probably about half and half.
Oh yeah.
So I've played maybe 4 or 5 new indies in any sort of like, not counting demos and that sort of thing, and I've played like 4 or 5 things that I was just like getting through the backlog of things as well. So,
and which ones do you think you've had? I think what I'm trying to say for me is that I've played a fair few things at the beginning of this year. Nothing has really immediately jumped out at me. That's why I'm asking. Do you think, how has it been for you?
Well, I'm really glad to get that like temperature check from you because obviously I've been in a similar position and I've been like, is it me though? Is it because like, there's no secret here that I've been really burned out from, the pace of the job that I was in. And I was like, nothing's really jumping out at me. I've really enjoyed Forbidden Solitaire. I think that's probably a top 5 for the end of the year for me. But aside from that, honestly, it's still all to play for as far as my, the highly coveted personal top 5 of Rebecca Jones, sometimes games journalist, is concerned.
Me too. I'm exactly the same. I feel like I've played some fairly good games, which we'll get into our list in a little bit. But honest to God, like all my list is, I don't even know if I would even, they're going to make it to the end of the year. Maybe 1 or 2 of them, like, and there's some I haven't played yet. But generally speaking, before we get into specifics, for me, quiet.
Extremely,
extremely mid for me. Like, like first half of 2026, I'm a bit like, okay.
Yeah.
Stuff is happening, I guess, but nothing rocking the boat.
It's been the same
in a good way
for me. And also, like, I think that for me as well, I don't know, like, how much AAA you've been getting into lately, but it feels the same on the AAA side. It's like, it's a strange one.
Yeah, speak on that.
Because I have hundreds of hours. Well, I mean, this is very limited to, like, the areas I focus on, but I have hundreds of hours between, like, a number of AAA life sims that have released this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like enjoying them, but at the same time, I don't think I have a solid nailed on game of the year candidate yet.
Yes.
Like, I'm enjoying a lot of stuff. I've probably had, in terms of stuff that's like a great sort of 7, 8 out of 10 on my personal kind of preferences experience. Yeah. I have been spoilt for choice. But in terms of stuff that's really jumped out and been like, this is the defining moment of 2026 in gaming.
Yes.
I'm just not, I'm not kind of feeling it.
Which is interesting because me and you, if we could call them indie resolutions, so to put, was that we would play games slower, maybe with more time. And I've kind of been able to do that because there's not been a lot that's really captured my curiosity.
Same. It's hard to say whether we have been really good about our resolutions this year or whether it's just been easier to keep than in other years. I mean, there has been stuff that's come out that I've wanted to play and haven't yet. No doubt about it.
Yeah, me too.
But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. I keep feeling like something is gonna take up, because what usually happens is a game comes out and I don't play it straight away, but I see the buzz around it.
Yes. Yeah,
but the buzz this year, every time there's been buzz, it's been like relentlessly negative, and it's just
true.
not really. it's not really created an atmosphere in which I've been that enthused for anything. I try not to pay too much attention either to like hype or to like negativity. I try to form my own opinions. Obviously, that's a very good professional skill for me to have, and also on a personal level, it's good to not go crazy trying to chase everyone else's demons. But yeah, it's just been kind of like, it's the whole atmosphere of the industry is understandably fraught, and it can be hard to just get excited for new stuff under those conditions, I think.
Agreed.
For a huge part of it, in my opinion. Although I will say, I just finished Life is Strange Reunion, and I'm going to be honest, wasn't that good?
Oh, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this right now.
I don't think that is just me.
We need to talk about this right now, because this might. Maybe we shouldn't go too much into it, but
no, because we always do, and then
yeah. In terms
we'll
of
get teased. We'll get teased on the Discord.
Yes, yeah, true. In terms of surprises this year, I mean, Life is Strange for you must have been. What were your expectations going into that? Because that's what I mean. Like, when I was thinking about, like, when you mentioned AAA, I was like, oh yeah, I remember you started Life is Strange recently. Surely that should have been.
I've just finished Life is Strange Reunion. I've just started Dark Pictures Directive 8020. So like in terms of those like sort of like high end AA, low end AAA sequels, I'm all of my boxes are being ticked, but still it doesn't feel like a revolutionary great year, which is a very strange feeling. But yeah, I have a lot of feelings on Life is Strange Reunion. It's probably the first Life is Strange game that I've not enjoyed more than I've enjoyed about it. But I will say, because I'm reading the tie-in books at the moment.
Yes.
Having finished the game, and I'm really enjoying the tie-in books. And the thing is, I think they had a great new cast, and they tried to shoehorn in the old protagonists, and that was its downfall.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love the new characters, but I was just like, I just could not get into what they were. I mean, like, okay. As an aside, as someone who did actually try to get Max and Chloe together in the first game,
yes,
them getting back together in this game did nothing for me. In fact, I felt railroaded into it, and I was like trying to be like, can we just reconnect as friends without having to get back together? And the game was not set up for that kind of nuance, and that frustrated me a lot.
Oh, that's frustrating. I just feel like the double exposure for me. That was the
I know you really didn't get on with it, but I really enjoyed Double Exposure because it did introduce, and like I say, it's just the new cast. I really like them. I mean, they're all horrible dickheads, but have you played Life is Strange? Almost every single character in Life is Strange throughout the entire franchise has been a horrible dickhead, and it's like part of the appeal for me. So.
And I liked the cast. I thought Max, though,
it's a bit of a
drag. I mean, she's a bit of a drag, and
she is a little bit.
I think I would have enjoyed it more if they had just stuck with like a new cast. I think I'm
honestly,
with you there.
My dream remake is to just do those two games, just literally cut out all of the big stuff from the previous games and just make it its own standalone duology with that cast, because I love the new cast. But
so I feel like there's just been
just as an example.
Yes, and for me, mixtape. I'm not going to talk too much about the mixtape discourse, because I don't really know what it is.
Right, that's the thing, is I chased that. I haven't played it yet. I still want to play it because again, it looks quite short and quite sweet, and I want to make my own assessment of it. I tried to chase that discourse right down to its roots, and it's a nothing burger of the first degree. It's so frustrating.
Right, okay.
Sometimes it really does amount to, sometimes you can just not click with a thing,
That's how I felt. I played it.
When
I tweeted about it, was like, not really my thing. Not weird, whatever. And then I didn't even know there was like a whole anyway. But that's one for me where I had expectations going in. I was like, I think I'm going to love this game about teenagers and music, and they're a bit sarky and we're having a great time. And I didn't click with it. And I think that's the worst one. But I've had that throughout the beginning of this year, where I've been like, this is almost being like something I'd really like, but it's just missed the mark.
Yeah. And you have, I mean, I feel like, definitely. I feel like for me at this point, every other year is kind of that in some ways. Like, I swear to God, even numbered years, I just struggle at the moment.
And you know what it is as well? It's like whenever I, like at the beginning of this year, when I've just been really wanting to click with something, it makes me appreciate Blueprints more.
Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, you've gone back to it recently, haven't you?
Yes,
And I've been
I
like,
went back because I needed something to hit.
And when you messaged me about that, I was like, I know why, because I have almost done it so many times this year as well.
It makes me really appreciate
absolutely.
how all-encompassing. It makes me fall in love with it more. That I'm just like,
100%.
I don't think I realised how good we had it.
Like, definitely. Oh, what a game.
What a game. Put it in the vault right now. Liam's not here. Quick, chuck it in.
Quickly.
Quick.
Get your key.
But it makes me, that's how I know that the beginning of this year for me has just not hit right, when I'm just thinking of other games and like you, I'm returning to other games and being like,
yeah.
I need that sort of serotonin. Like, don't get me wrong, like the ones that have, if we're gonna talk, let's talk a little bit directly about the ones which we have enjoyed this year. I think for me, Cairn was a big one. But that wasn't really something that was like, ooh, fun, I love this game. It was more like an experience for me. I think out of all the stuff I've played this year so far, that's probably my number one. But then again, it was like, I enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting, but is it going to be like is it going to stick with me throughout the rest of the year? And I don't know. I don't know if it will, which is interesting. They got a DLC coming out, so maybe that'll reignite something.
Oh, nice.
Same with me and Forbidden Solitaire, like we talked about. I wish it had clicked with me more, like it did with you in particular. But and again, Phonopolis, all these games that have like almost made me like really click, but there's just something about them. Yeah, so many times this year.
Absolutely, and like it's so frustrating in a way, because like as a critic you want to be able to really pin down the thing, but at some point it's just like the je ne sais quoi, you know when you know.
Yes.
And therefore when you know that you don't know, it does stand out, especially because we, coming off that like that high of Blueprints as well for both of us last year.
Yes. It was like I didn't need anything else. I didn't need anything else because I had him.
I know. So true.
Oh, so what are what's in your sphere?
Literally, other than Forbidden Solitaire, it's really hard to point to anything and go, because like I just knew that that was one of the games where I knew, like I played the demo and I knew, in the same way that I did with Blueprints. But I think part of it is like Blueprints really dug itself into your brain by being a 150-hour game, whereas Forbidden Solitaire, Mick and I played it together and we really dug into it. And I think we got to about 7 hours of playtime.
Oh, nice.
In like really going into it, and like we had a great time, and I do really think it'll be in my top 5 for the year. It was
you seem pretty
an excellent example of what it was trying to do. I think it hit every note it tried to hit. So yeah, but like in terms of other stuff, I'm just looking at my list, and I have really been digging down into the backlog this year. And I wish I was. The only other thing that's really come up, and I know that it's a little contentious to even include this one, because we go back and forth on it, but I started playing the new Paranormasight, which I'm having great fun with.
Oh, yes. Oh, you are? Yeah, let's bring it up. Come on, we've broken a bunch of rules already. Rules in quotes.
I mean, I think our usual excuse is that technically it is a Square Enix game. There is an argument to be made that they actually outsource it to a team that they like contract, and so it's a little bit of a backwards example of something that's like an indie game being picked up by a bigger publisher. You can make that argument, or you can just make the argument that it is marketed like an indie and that they never talk about it.
Yes, which I like that more. So let's talk about it, because actually, if we are including it, that might be in my top 5.
It could be for me. I'm not super far through. I think I might be about a quarter of the way through from what I've seen. But I'm just having a great time. I love the first one. I think so far for me, the first one is the winner, but at the same time, and I think it's just because the first one is such a surprise. Everything about it is what the fuck is happening now? Whereas this one, because you just go in kind of knowing how a Paranormasight game works, I at least was a little bit more like, okay, so I know. I don't want to go too much into it, because if you've not played one of these games, you can play them out of order for sure, and also it's like
play them.
In terms of
they're good.
The first time, and I always say this will apply to the Mermaid's Curse as well, the second game. Whichever Paranormasight game you play first, it's like you're dropped into a box, and it's just you and this one environment, and you're like turning around and interacting with it, and you're like, how is this a 15-hour game? And like
Yes.
it kind of unfolds in all these weird twisty ways, and it's all a bit like it's all very spooky just because you don't really it's got a great line, and I'm sure we said this about the first game, in making like very ordinary scenes seem really sinister. Like daylight horror is a huge part of it.
Yes.
And I will say one thing that the Mermaid's Curse has done that the first game didn't do, and I thought was amazing, was the not fishing minigame.
Oh,
the diving minigame.
Diving minigame.
I sunk literally 3 hours into that just in a single sitting. I was like, I was obsessed. I was like not leaving until I get all of the secrets and I've caught all of the like different fish. And
it's a good minigame.
So it was. I think it's a very clever deployment of a fishing mini, because they're like, it's got a kind of like knowing wink to the audience, like, yeah, we know you love a fishing mini game. So here is literally just a fully implemented fishing mini game for you to get right off the bat, play it. The game literally says play it for as long as you want and then get on with Paranormasight, basically. It's so clever.
It's so
clever. And there's like, I love the kind of batshit insanity of the characters as well, which seems to have, even though it's a different cast from the first game, it kind of carries over. Because like I don't think this is a spoiler. I'm not going to go into like how the game is structured or any of those things that would be, I think, spoilers for the experience. But about once you've got out of that fishing mini game, your playable protagonist is like, oh, by the way, my mum was a mermaid, so that's something we're dealing with now.
Yes.
And I'm like,
okay,
you can't just drop that, dude. Like,
Brill, awesome.
He's like, I'm a rational, normal Japanese college student in the 80s, and also I fully believe that my mum is a mermaid, and that's just a fact about me that you have to deal with.
And it's so early in the game,
it's
and
so early
because the Mermaid's Curse, you think, okay, so this is going to be like when the mystery starts, is going to be about this a mermaid who knows. No, immediately. Hey, so I have something to tell you. It's just like, and his friend is like, okay. Yeah, it's that Japanese kind of style of humor where it's just very blunt and very like, okay, cool.
Yeah. And but it did endear me a terrific amount to that character.
Whenever
to all of them, really.
Oh, whenever you do like get properly back into it, I need you to finish it, because I know you will spot things that I didn't, and I know you will find all the secrets that I didn't. So Rebecca, whenever you get back to it.
Well, when I get back from my holiday, it's one of the first games I intend to pick up when I get back from my holiday. So because I played a couple of hours and I was like, oh, this is going to be my little interim game for these 2 weeks. But then I really, as we discussed, I really fell down the Otome hole again. So like
the Otome black hole, it sucked you in.
It's not quite panned out that way. But the good thing about all of these stupid mobile gacha Otome games is, at some point, the game demands you stop playing the bit you're enjoying. So there's a literal time limit on how long this is going to hold my attention. So, you know.
So I have to wait until that is over, and then you
that ends the day I go on holiday. So I'll be back and eager, and I'll have just been swimming in the sea for 2 weeks. So I'll be really in the mood to learn more about cursed mermaids and things.
You'll be like me. You'll come back and you'll be like, games where need to play now. You'll have my thirst that I had when I went away. But I just think all of this highlights, like we keep saying, that I'm a bit disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed with the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I haven't played Mina the Hollower. Liam talked about it last episode of the episode before. I'm really keen to play that. I've played a little bit of Titanium Core. I still have to get to the thing that everyone is like kind of excited about with that game. I haven't got to that point yet, so maybe that will turn it around for me. Wax Heads for me was another one which I really loved. Talked about that last episode. But there's just nothing that has really like, there's not been like 1,000 Times Resist or Blueprints or a Citizen Sleeper, something that has really defined my year yet.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm waiting. I'm open arms. I'm like, please. So I think for me, disappointment a little bit. I don't know. But hopefully, the thing is, and we'll get onto this, is there are, in terms of what's coming up, there's a lot that I'm excited about. Because after, we've got a Steam Next Fest, unless there's anything you want to say about your year before we move on.
No, I think we've really covered it, yeah. It's,
just a bit meh.
Yeah.
But yes, in terms of things that are coming out, it's a whole different story for me. So, like, I don't know how we want to really structure this bit, but did you watch many of the not E3 like showcases? Did anything catch your attention? What was that like for you this year?
Well, interestingly, so my last day at IGN was the first day of Summer Games Fest. So I was basically the week where I was fully between jobs was the week where all that was kicking off. So everyone else was rushing around doing the coverage, and I was just there like, I'm not bothering to tune in. So I watched a few of the showcases. I sort of half watched them on the catch-up streams. The only one I watched live was the Nintendo Direct because someone convinced me that Ace Attorney 7 was getting announced. It did not. You will have noticed, but that's fine. I don't know. I have a lot of feelings, but you know what? You might be able to read about those feelings somewhere soon. But the things that have caught, there are a few things that have caught my eye that are kind of, again, I think it's been, I really need to go back and catch up on the very indie focused stuff because I think I watched like the 2-3 headliners I kind of like took a skim over and everything else I need to go back and have a proper look at.
Well, there was a lot. I think there was someone very kindly on Blue Sky made a spreadsheet of all the different showcases. And even the smallest showcase, like the Think Direct, the biggest one, like Summer Games Fest, there was no joke 30 showcases, 30
Incredible.
individual showcases. So
I buried my head in the sand to that, and now I have some catching up to do. But one that I did like, I kind of enjoyed the update on Wolf Among Us 2, which I don't know how
I thought of you and the remake.
And the remake, so that's exciting. I'm excited still for Orbitals, which is the sort of like the 2-player Switch 2 exclusive.
The anime
really
one.
The Among Us story mode thing is also like, I freaking love when that happens.
And the cartoon? I didn't know they even had a cartoon coming out either.
Oh my goodness. And the cast I've heard is just like, I can't
Elijah Wood! Of
Elijah
course.
Wood, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
That little freak, love him. He's in so many interesting things.
Good for him. Good for him.
Absolutely.
The only one that's really just come out and totally grabbed my attention though, from like, I did not know this game existed to I'm excited for this game in the indie space, is Bad Magpie. Because I love an animal chaos game. So it's doing Untitled Goose Game, it's doing Little Kitty, it's doing all of those things. And like, chaotic animal game, Bad Magpie, can't wait.
Who's making that? Who's that by?
Who is making that? Because
I saw that as well.
Bad Bunny.
And it looks so fucking
Milktooth.
fun.
It looks like it's a debut for an indie studio called Milktooth.
Ooh, cool.
Maybe I'm always want to be careful because it's often the case. It's like, technically we reformed from another studio. And so, it's like,
sure.
I'm never sure, but I just think it looks really, it's just exactly my jam, isn't it? If it's not about feelings, then it's better be about a really naughty animal absolutely wrecking the joint for me. And this looks like it'll hit that spot. So
the thumbnail is the magpie carrying a stick that's on fire. So I think that perfectly encapsulates everything about that game.
So excited.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this also caught my attention. I don't think I saw it in a showcase, but I saw it making the rounds on socials. It looks exactly like everything you want out of a cheeky magpie game.
Yeah,
it's very
time.
Untitled Goose
time
Game
for the full spiritual successor for Untitled Goose Game, and that's like
it's this one.
So yes,
Milktooth. Yeah, that was one I had my eye on. It looks really cute. It could have been the Wholesome Direct, maybe. Oh my god, the way the magpie moves, he hops. Or she?
Yes, I think I heard she, and also I think it's because she only has one wing, so she can't fly. So
I didn't notice that.
All just like a hopping magpie, but absolutely just like,
oh my god,
the world down.
The tag. This is villain protagonist. It's the 3rd tag on Steam. Love that. Incredible.
Yes. Absolutely. I think it was actually. You know what I think it was? I think it was the token indie on opening night live.
Oh yes. That rings a bell. Token indie, love that as well. Love that.
Honestly, it's token indie. They do one. They put one in.
You know what? Good on. Good on.
And you know what? It's like a good shout because I was very, very charmed. I was half watching opening night live on the catch up, and this one. So many of honestly, like
it's a lot. It's a week long of just showcases on. In the UK, they're all at weird times for us to watch them.
Yeah, we know that because we've had to stay up till 4 a.m. covering them in the past. So yeah.
Was there anything else that you were like that caught your eye?
Those
shouting
are kind of
them
the
out
ones for me so far. I mean, obviously, if you want to go into AAA, Until Dawn 2 is a terrible idea. I will be playing it day one, but like.
Yes, I
It does
forgot.
not look great,
Speak
but I'm
on that.
excited nonetheless.
Speak on that. Is it supermassive?
It's not. It's not supermassive. So basically,
Because
right,
I was going
here's
to
a little
say
bit of
they couldn't have gone back because then now they're
well,
doing.
no. The thing, right? So fun little story because obviously the supermassive fan in the room.
I'm sad.
The Quarry. You remember the Quarry?
Yes,
You
love
like
the quarry. Love the quarry.
That was pitched as Until Dawn 2.
Right. Okay.
But Supermassive pitched it to Sony. Sony were like, we don't want it. So that became part of the point where they split from Sony.
Right.
And now, I mean, it's different now because, like, I noticed with Directive H20, Bandai Namco doesn't do that anymore. I think Supermassive self-published now, so it's all gone a bit like.
Right. I also I'm a bit
lot
confused.
of stuff going off there.
Okay.
And like, I don't know, like, I don't have close enough ties to that studio to know a lot about what's going on behind the scenes. But yeah, basically, what's happened is Sony still has the rights to Until Dawn.
Yes.
Ballistic Moon, who did the Until Dawn remaster remake thing a couple of years ago, was formed of former Supermassive developers, but that studio was shuttered almost immediately after the Until Dawn remaster.
Right.
So now it is it's a new studio. I don't know much about the studio that's doing it. For all I know, it could be Ballistic Moon. People have just found another home in another Sony subsidiary. I don't know. All I know is Neil Newbon is in it, so I'm sat for that.
Oh, okay.
I am. You can tell I'm getting old because when Until Dawn came out and it was all like the young teens. It was all the young teens.
Yes.
And those actors were my contemporaries, right? They were people that were in teen and young adult
Hayden,
dramas as I was a teen and young adult.
Patia.
Exactly.
I don't know her
and
name.
then
Rami?
The Quarry.
Meslik? Rami?
Rami Malek. He's
That's
in
the
it,
one.
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So that came out in 2015. And then in 2022, The Quarry came out. And I was like, it's the kid from The Thing. And I was like a little bit older than them. And now Until Dawn 2 is coming out in 2027. I know one of these kids kind of to look at. And then I'm like, but that's Neil Newbon playing the inappropriate older boyfriend. Like that. This is my celebrity moment for this one.
So it's a sequel, the same story. No.
I think it's... I suspect that it's basically going to have all of the same connection to Until Dawn as The Quarry did, because it's just basically a new, similar sort of thing. But because they've got the license, they can do it, right? That's the thing. Is you make a more or less unconnected game with the same vibe, and you can say it's a sequel because you have the license to use it. And I would be very surprised if it was anything more particularly detailed than that. Because another interesting thing is they have filed some sort of patent, I think, that suggests that there is a direct sequel to Until Dawn they're kind of playing with the idea of, but it's not this. So
what I find kind of crazy
weird
as well is that this formula of having like a character tell a story, whether it be like a storyteller or a curator, and now that Supermassive are doing their own thing, this follow-up, because Until Dawn has their own storyteller, right? That guy with the, I don't know.
Yeah, so it has he's back. Dr. Hill is back. And he was in the film as well that came out last year. Terrible film, by the way.
Of course.
So that's like the connection is him, I guess.
I find it weird that they're bringing a studio that's going to copy this, not copy, but like they have to mimic this very like obvious stylistic structure that Supermassive basically created, and they have to mimic that. It seems weird to be Supermassive and be like, hey, so what? Okay, so you're just gonna like keep. It's crazy. I find that so interesting. Same with Life is Strange, to be honest. Like, I just find the whole like having a structure. So like with Bloom and Rage and seeing Life is Strange in that structure and.
Yes.
Like artistic license and who made what. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I feel like with Life is Strange, at least initially, the handover was a little bit more like supportive. Although I know now that it seems like there's a lot of beefing going on like under the hood on Twitter, but you never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's really true. I think it's I honestly I feel bad for the studio. The people at the studio doing Until Dawn 2. Because like people were angry at Ballistic Moon for not doing Until Dawn right, and they were literally the same people under a different name doing Until. So like who's doing it? I'm gonna have to look it up because I've talked around it enough.
Have a little look. I just it's messy. It's kind of messy.
So it's Fire Sprite. So
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I've heard of them. They've done basically a bunch of they're more or less a Sony subsidiary as a spectator. They've done like some Sackboy stuff and some Horizon stuff and like spin-offs and that sort of thing. Okay. This looks like their first sort of like, not to be funny about it, but this is their first sort of big game.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
they've either worked on like Vita or PlayStation VR and like stuff like peripheral stuff like that up until now.
Oh, okay. Well, I wish them all the
So
best.
absolutely, and like I do honestly, like I know what game fandom's like at the moment. They are going to get eaten live, which is unfortunate. And like to be fair, I think it looks a bit goofy, and I'm wondering how they're going to pull it off. But also,
Isn't that the
thing
point?
is, right? It is. That's what I'm getting into at the moment with Directive 8020, because it got kind of slated critically, but I'm having a great time because the goofiness has always been the point of these games for me.
Yeah, it's a co-op game. You play with other people. It's gotta be goofy in some way.
It's gotta be goofy. But yeah. So yeah, I've got plenty of time for Until Dawn 2. I think that's
nice. Was that your biggest one? Yeah.
You know what? It might be. I think I made a list. There's a list somewhere. Hang on.
I would love it. Well, the thing is, because in terms of like indie releases, I have a handful, but I generally like knowing what some of the bigger ones were for you as well.
Well,
sure.
Resident Evil Veronica, obviously really exciting stuff. I've been hoping for the Code Veronica remake for ages, so I'm really excited to check that out.
Liam screaming in the distance.
I know. Oh, I wish he was here to react to this with us, because I don't even dare speak on it. I don't know this game except that I know that I wanted to experience it, and I'm glad that it's getting this remake. The other thing, obviously, Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis, not feeling great about the AI disclosure, but I am, of course, still, once again, we're remaking Tomb Raider. And
my reaction there was, oh, yay! And then in the same sentence you said AI, I was like, oh.
Yeah,
oh, really?
No,
They've done that? Ooh.
They've done it. It's like it's not going great in terms of that whole thing. The previews are kind of like all right on it, a little bit lukewarm. Honestly though, and I hate this about myself, but I will say it because I'm pro honesty. Yeah. The collector's edition looks fucking amazing for like the old school fans like me of the original run.
What's in the edition?
So it's like basically a lot of the peripherals and a lot of the like cosmetic DLC and stuff are really harking back to the original 6 games, because obviously this is a remake of the like very first game. But like, because I loved Angel of Darkness, I am like the defender of Angel of Darkness, and they're doing a lot of callbacks to that as well in like the outfit packs. There's the statuette of her fighting the T-Rex, and I'm like, you bastards.
Neurons activated. Rebecca locked in.
I'm really glad that it's been postponed, because I am in such a bind of being like, this looks like it's not been produced under the best conditions. But also I'm like, they do know how to speak to their audience, at least in terms of what they're putting together on like that side of it as well. So I'm like, I always get this thing right at the moment, and this is a real aside, but it's something that's like really on my mind a lot at the moment, is I do think that generative AI, without exception, fucking sucks in game development. And I do think that it is the right thing to do for people who have used it to disclose it. Yeah. But what I really want is a disclosure, and it'll never happen, because like I've just come out of the corporate world. I know how the things you're not allowed to say go. But I want it to be like, oh God, like, look guys, they made us try it and we didn't like it, and so we stopped. Like, sorry, we did it. Yeah. I want to know if that's your feeling. Or I want to know if you're genuine, if all the things about like, oh, it really sped up our thinking processes, or whatever bullshit they come out with. That's the corporate line. I actually want to know how the devs feel about it. And that, if I could know that would inform my purchasing. Because like, fundamentally, I don't want to punish people who had their arms twisted into trying, trying the bad drug one time. Yes. I don't want to be like, I will never play any of your games again, because I think that's counterproductive as well. But it's a difficult one without an easy answer. Annoying. And yeah.
Because it's almost like, yeah. Because then the focus is on you and your own personal opinions about it, and you don't speak in terms of like a company. And imagine if like, oh my God. Yeah. It's so weird that this conversation is like, in terms of like AI and the way it's being used. And there's a lot, bringing it slightly back to just not E3 in general. There are so many firsts or surprising aspects to this that I just felt was so gross. One of them was the AI. I was like, this is a conversation now that we just have to have, like in terms of how games are made, people's personal preferences towards them, companies being like, we fucking love it, and everyone on our team uses it, and not knowing, like you said, whether it's forceful or not. The 2-pack situation? What the fuck?
that has been really, really messing with my head.
Me too. I was like, what the fuck are we doing here?
It's like, I know my initial reaction was that's pretty fucked up. But then like it opens an interesting conversation about like when is it appropriate to talk about like historical figures in fiction, and like that's actually a really important discussion.
Yes.
But I don't think this is the way I want to have that discussion.
No.
Like,
I was just a bit oh god. There was just so much about this year in particular that made me really like head in hands. Some years you always get like a bit of cringe, but this year it was even just beyond that. It was like I ethically have to grapple with these.
Yeah, it's
man.
man.
Back in the day, it was just like all fun and games. Yeah, the sexism was shit, but now it's very much like these are like I've never felt so ethically. Thank God I'm not into AAA as much as I used to be or ever was, because a lot of these big games, I don't know how I would deal with these questions.
Right? I'm
what was the fucking game that had like the protagonist, the woman protagonist who looked like a literal child? And I said to Henry,
"Oh God,
I was
Stellar
like,
Blade 2 or whatever it is."
And I was like, God, I'd hate to be a fan of this series.
Yeah.
How would you take that?
It's just God. I don't know.
This is my
me
thing. It's like I can't deal with this.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Thank God I don't have to.
I know what you mean. I'll leave the Stellar Blade 2 to someone else.
Listen, I'm not all these games like I'm not yucking anyone's yum, but I just wouldn't want to be fans of these games and have to deal with these.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Anyway, I was just like, there's a child.
I know. Oh God, it's bad. And on a slightly happier note to end on from the AAA side of not E3, I will say God of War Laufey has got me wanting to play God of War.
Me too.
Yes. Okay.
I love
Deborah Ann Woll. She's so fantastic. She's a fantastic actor. She seems like a really awesome person as well. So like,
I don't know much about her, but it looked really good, and I fell off Ragnarok super fucking quick, and I really like God of War.
Yeah.
So
I
love
love Christopher Judge. He's one of my favorite actors. I'm so surprised I could never get super into God of War. It just didn't click with me. But like the Laufey looks amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was another Hellblade at first, and I'm like, honestly, given what we're seeing of like the Hellblade 3 situation, it might actually be for once that this is the better alternative.
Yes.
To Hellblade 3. So I don't know, but yeah, super excited for her. Just excited to just inhabit that weird world where Jack Quaid is a cube, and
it looked great. And just like to round off as well, no Ace Attorney news, even though everyone knows it's happening. Come on, let's go.
Yeah,
for God's sake.
The leaks are getting so like tasty.
How legit are the leaks? I was going to ask you this.
Getting more legit, in my opinion.
Okay.
In my measured opinion, usually prior to this round, the leaks have been someone being like, "Oh, come on, it must be happening," which is not a leak. It's just a theory.
Yeah.
But this is someone who has like, it's coming from someone who has leaked reliably in the past. They've got like about a 50% hit rate, so I wouldn't say it's nailed on, but it's someone who has given accurate insider information before, has come out with. Intriguingly as well, I've heard, and I don't know if this is from the same source, and I don't know how real it is, but I am very excited because it seems like it's probably happening. That seems reasonably likely, but the less likely but bit that I really want is they're like, oh, and it's not a Phoenix game, which I would be very, because that means either another Great Ace Attorney, or another Apollo and Athena game, or a new cast, and all of those would be better for me than another Phoenix
I love
game.
all of those too.
So I really hope, because like the thing is, Ace Attorney 7 was briefly announced. People forget it was announced in 2017.
Yes, I remember you saying this.
And it was just basically, they were like, with the new Switch, obviously there's going to be a new Ace Attorney. And it sounded so fucking dull. It was just like, literally, it could have been any of the first, like...
Okay, they were keeping it vague as fuck with
it. They were just like, oh yeah, Phoenix is the main playable protagonist. There's going to be 5 cases. And I'm like, that's so boring.
And it's going to be about lawyers.
Oh like, God, yeah. I was like, literally, you have so many good ideas on the back burner. You have the investigations and Greatest Attorney spin-offs. You have, 2 alternative protagonists who have got more stories to tell.
Yeah.
I'm just like, don't do this to me, Capcom. But they've been really quiet for literally 9 years now, and so it's like, well, we'll see what happens. But I still think there is a good chance it could be announced by the end of the year, based on the leaks that I've seen and the source, the reliability of the source they've come from.
Yes.
But also, I gotta be honest, at this point, if it doesn't happen, I'm not like heartbroken. It's a massive franchise. The only thing is, it's going to happen because it's such a massive franchise. They keep expanding it.
They'd be dumb if it didn't. Yeah.
It would be mad to not make another game, but I would love it to be something a bit left field, something that actually moves the franchise along rather than just keeps it running in circles.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that.
You've already got 11 games and they're all bangers, so don't try and make them again. Try and make something new.
I'd agree with that. Is it Emma's time? Let's go.
Oh, yes. Oh, have you been reading my notes? I nearly sent you a snippet earlier.
Before we get too much into Ace Attorney, because I know we can talk about that for
we will
ages.
go. We will go.
We
should move on.
Big one for me, the Professor Layton new President game. No release date yet.
We were both gutted by the end of that Nintendo Direct.
We were gutted,
really?
Because I was like, well, we've got new trailers. Like, surely you said 2026. We know this is happening. Surely nothing, not a peep. We got a bit of Zelda at the end. I'm very happy for all you all out there. Yeah, all looks great. But no release date. We got a Rhythm Heaven update that's happening for the Switch 2. Love that. But more. Oh, we're really AAA now. More Poker PP DLC.
That looks so good.
Which I love underwater stuff. Levels. I love underwater worlds. So love that. But yeah, just to finish off, no Professor Layton. But yeah, let's get back onto indie games.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is what happens when we don't have Liam around to keep order.
You know him. He'd be joining in though. He's only been playing AAA this year.
The thing is, with three of us, one of us usually keeps us on track. But I think that dynamic really breaks down. We both want to be the one who's just going crazy with it.
So the ones, there's a few indies that that were announced that I got very excited for. Signet City, Jump Over the Ages, newest game is fungal punk was the term that stuck out to me. Yes, so this is a Sleeper Dev. They have announced Signet City. This is a first-person fungal punk RPG. You are a parasite in a city where strange technologies and radical ideas are taking root. Grow into and through its inhabitants, uncover and change their stories, and witness the terminal season of the Signet City. That sounds so fucking great. I'm so excited for this game. In their past games, they've always had this thing for mushrooms and funguses and stuff like this. So in Citizen Sleeper, there was always like fungal farms, like mushrooms and all sorts of like ways that you could like engage with that. You could grow mushrooms, you could eat mushrooms. And in their previous game, which I really liked, called In Other Waters, you play as like a woman who's exploring an alien planet. There's lots of fauna and flora and fauna, and a lot of it is to do with mushrooms and plants and how they communicate. It's basically like ecological sci-fi. So I am not surprised that this new game is very much mushroom coded. I'm going to be mushroom maxing in this fucking game. And it's being published by Fellow Traveller again. I am so excited. Play it in big bold letters. You are a parasite. I'm locked in. I'm ready. Day one. Don't know when it's happening. Maybe next year, the year after. But yeah, you take your time. Click on that. El Paso Elsewhere 2 was announced. This was an interesting one. Again by Strange Scaffolds. So we're getting a sequel, a direct follow-up to the first game, which me and Liam loved. An action RPG shooter, which is so outside my comfort zone, it's unreal. But the story alone was really good. It's James Savage again, returning. More guns, more demons, more everything. I'm not sure quite what the story is. I haven't looked too much into it. I just saw the trailer and was like, absolutely going to play the shit out of this. So very excited for that. And then something you might be interested in, the mouthwashing devs announced their new game.
Indeed.
Carcass Clad, which is the most cursed fucking name I've ever, well, apart from
my God.
mouthwashing. So this is a 3-player, interestingly, a 3-player horror game where you, oh God, you know how on one of the episodes I was like, I love a big machine. This is a big machine game. It's you and 2 other players in this kind of weird, what looks like to be part animal on the outside, part machine on the inside, and you it's a tank. You're controlling this weird tank.
Interesting.
And you just have to control this machine as it's going through a city. I'm not sure quite what the story is, but the trailer looks batshit as always. It's called Carcass Clad, so you know it's going to be fucked up in some way.
Absolutely. I love that when you said, oh, you might like this one, I was like, this could go one of 3 ways. It's either going to be super cutesy or super horny or super gross. The 3
oh my God,
moods
isn't
I'm
that
ever
you?
in.
Isn't that you in a nutshell? My God.
the 3-way Venn diagram of me.
Yes,
but
the
yeah,
Rebecca triangle. Oh.
This 3-player thing is intriguing me.
Right? I mean, one, because there's 3 of us, but
Indeed.
a 3-player
but also like just
co-op.
it's generally interesting, but also like you don't see many 3-player. Well, I suppose like the classic kind of sort of like Destiny or whatever team is 3 people, but you don't see it a lot in this kind of thing.
Right.
And, I mean, of course, it screams instantly we should play this together when it comes out because
absolutely,
what a beautiful like happenstance of the
me and you will force
3-player
Liam to play this survival horror game.
Indeed. I think there's a lot that Liam would appreciate in this. Just looking at the Steam page. Look,
he can just stay in the tank. He doesn't have to get out.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, in these games, it's usually like when we played Lethal Company together. It's actually good to have someone like in. You do it a lot in. Oh, what's the really famous one that I was watching the other day? It's totally gone. The ghost hunting game.
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia. Oh my God, where did that go? God, my brain
not
at the
me
moment.
And you
Thank you.
sitting here like.
What's the name of Phasmophobia? Yeah, no, Phasmophobia. Thank you so much. That would have absolutely killed me. Yeah, it's best to have someone stay in the van. So
yes,
you know.
And I think what's interesting about this one as well is that the story's going to be so fucked up. Like,
yes,
I mean,
yeah, it is.
If mouthwashing is anything to go by, yes, the story's going to be really fucked up. I just feel like I don't know. Mouthwashing for me was very. I mean, for a lot of people, I just feel like the story of that is so. It really got under my skin, and I think. In a lot of ways, I think horror, that and No, I'm Not Human, 2 recent horror games that come to mind for me that really got under my skin in very unique ways. And I think this one, it might be the same. But what I'm worried about, though, is that, I don't know about you, because you play a lot of horror games, you play a lot of games with Mick all the time. My capacity for playing with other people is very like, lol, we're having so much fun, yay! And even with like horror games, I'm always a bit, you gotta be funny and giggly and jokey. I cannot see myself doing that with this. Are we gonna have to lock in? Are we gonna see a different side of each other?
Well, I don't know, because like it when we played things like Lethal Company or Peak, and it was just like Lethal Company is a bit more gruesome, right? But
yes,
also
true.
We did have a real laugh playing that. But like, I don't know from the mouthwashing devs. I guess it depends.
Right. What's the tone going to be?
Because, like, I suppose the thing is, if mouthwashing had been a different story,
yes,
it's like the visuals. The visuals are a thing where, with the right story beats, it could still be a laugh. But I think these people, like, they have a good line in absolutely harrowing, narrative experiences, and so,
But one game actually that I haven't talked about on here was not Little Nightmares. Oh my God, what am I talking about? Reanimal, which because that one is I played that and with someone and that wasn't funny. And actually we had a really good time.
Can I just say, I've just had the exact same thought you have, where I realised there's a game I'd forgotten to mention in the stuff that's really, and it's also a multiplayer horror game that I literally checked out couple of days ago. So, and I'm just going to tack it on here because it seems like it's going to bring it full circle. Yeah. Fears to Fathom. You know Fears to Fathom? The
new
new one came out.
Yes.
It's 2-player. And
yes.
It is so cool how it does. Like I like Fears to Fathom. Fears to Fathom is great streamer bait. I love watching people stream it.
Me too. I love watching people play it. Gab.
I'm not. Oh, thank God. Yeah, I watched Gab's playthrough. I've not played this one yet, but I'm so excited. It's the first one that I've wanted to play after watching it because it's great streamer bait. I've never thought it was like that, but I still don't think it's like a sort of like brilliant from beginning to end production, but you can tell it's like it is a proper indie, like 5 people, including all the contract. The way it does multiplayer is so cool, though.
It is. I totally agree.
So impressed with the Scratch Creek, the new one.
Yes,
because the way it does it is like it's got you and your multiplayer partner in there, but the way it locks you off into different strands of the narrative, it's basically doing what Dark Pictures kind of played with, but in a way more intense way, where it's like you've got proximity chat as standard.
Yes,
you've got like
you can text each other.
Yeah, you can text each other, but like proximity chat is a factor. Sometimes you'll be out of phone range. Sometimes one character will just be locked into one bit of horror while the other character is just like sitting
screaming
there helplessly, can't hear what the other person is going through, but knows that like something grim is happening. And like you can sort of see each other sometimes come into this. So it's just so well done. In terms of multiplayer indie horror, like specifically duo co-op indie horror.
Yes.
I was just like, this element of it has absolutely blown me away. So I will say that for now, that's probably my 3rd place for the year so far, just because I was really impressed by it. Even though, as ever, I think Fears to Fathom, like the endings are always just a bit but
they're a bit like, and then we ran away and that was the end.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay. Exactly. It's like the kayfabe of it being like real life Reddit stories. I'm like, come on, guys, we don't need to do this anymore.
I love the Toem kayfabe as well. I love that term.
Me too, I'm obsessed with it. But yeah, I always think as well, it's like the way that the new one that Scratch Creek starts is like played your other games and it reminded me of this one thing that happened to me. And it's like, you were chased by serial killers. How would it be this reminded me? Like you would never be not thinking about the time this happened to you.
It massively impact your life and experiences.
Exactly.
It's like, that's something similar happened to me. It's like,
that I think about it and I'm like, oh my God.
It's very it's endearing. I love that series because of how endearing it is.
It is. It's well written to be like a badly written Reddit story.
Yeah, yes.
But like
it's so Reddit story coded.
I mean, in theory, that's where the stories are all supposedly coming from in inverted commas. But I'm like, my sincerest apologies if you're like the one real person who did get in touch with the Fears to Fathom devs and your horrifying experience was made into an indie game.
Oh my God.
But there's no way that a real person was like, now that I think about it, like this would be the defining episode of your entire life. You would not be suddenly reminded. Like,
Oh, that's another one I want to play because I played. We're really going on a tangent now, but I played The Past Within with a friend recently.
Oh, I've played that with Mick. It's so good.
So we really enjoyed that, and so I'm now looking for other like kind of very short 2-player horror. And I really want to play the new Fears to Fathom and apparently Carcass Clad. Christ,
yes. So, my goodness. Well, thank you for letting me do that little tangent because I had missed that on my own notes that I wanted to talk about the new Fears to Fathom.
Fears to Fathom is one of yours that will probably be...
I think that's probably... I don't think it'll be in the end 5, if that makes sense.
But she'll be in conversation.
But it's in the conversation for me now just because I'm like, again, I'm just... The things that are impressing me this year are the thing you set out to do, the unique experience that you set out to convey was amazing. You know?
Yes.
So, yeah. Sorry, that was a massive tangent. I do apologize, but I just like, and we must,
But it doesn't matter.
Give Reanimal its
it was
room as well.
Reanimal. I really like Little Nightmares. I think with me and you both really like Little Nightmares. 3, not really into. I loved 1 and 2. I thought they were really great. And then obviously the developers, they left to do their own thing. And it's quite complicated. I don't know who owns Little Nightmares now. Is it Bandai? No.
I think I know Supermassive did 3, which is...
Oh, that's it. So Sony, they've got like whatever.
I don't know who actually... Yeah, hold on. Who? I don't know now.
It's Tarsia Studios. So they did the original one. Then Bandai Namco published the first one.
Okay, so Bandai Namco seem to be the people who actually hold the rights now.
Yes.
And because they work with Supermassive for things like The Quarry and the Dark Pictures, they probably
right.
Um,
And so
they did a book pictures.
I really liked the first two. For Reanimal, I was so blown away by it. I honestly think that would be in conversations for end of year. If it was if we're talking AAA as well, that would be up there for me. I was utterly surprised by the monsters in it, the story, the ending. I just do you know much about it? In that case, I'll shut my trap.
I've started watching a stream because I really want to experience it. I would love to play it with Mick, but we have limited gaming time together at the moment, so I'm watching a lot of these things on stream.
It's £35, which I think for some people is quite steep. So I'm waiting for it to go on sale to buy it on Steam.
Yeah, fair.
But oh my god, Rebecca, it's really good. Like, I was so surprised at how much I really enjoyed it, and like the commentary. There's commentary. There's like a whole like thing. I'm not saying nothing because it was so unexpected, but I really liked what it touched upon. You think it's like Little Nightmares, and it's like about monsters and children, and it's about things that go bump in the night, and what children are scared of, minus what I thought it was like really cool world building, minus all that. But like, it just so maybe I'll get that's something I could talk about at the end of the year episode. If nothing else takes up my time, I'll have to refer to Reanimal. I was really surprised by it. God, horror games.
Oh, I know. Horror films, horror games.
Horror films. I've arrived. You've helped me. I've arrived. I'm here.
Yes.
But yes, indie games.
Indie games.
So apart from the showcases, a lot of I've had the first half of the year for me, meh. The second half, my God, there's a lot coming out confirmed to 2026 release dates. 2026 year release dates, but not specifically, that I am so looking forward to.
Yes.
How are you feeling about the second half of the year?
So I've got 4 games with release dates that I'm pretty excited for.
Yes. Okay.
I've got 2 more things that don't have release dates. Actually, I had to pare this down because I always keep lists. I keep lists of everything that looks exciting.
Yes.
And then but I've gone back to a neat half dozen to try and keep this under control.
Let's chuck some out then. You go first.
Yes.
Chuck a few of your really most anticipated ones.
Quick release date updates: Moonlight Peaks, July 7th, and Servant of the Lake, August 13th. Those are both things that I was excited for. I think I mentioned them both in our start of year episode. Those have now got release dates. Not much more news, but release dates. Really excited, especially for Servant. I mean, obviously, Rusty Lake. I'm there day one, obviously. So August 13th, very excited, and then Moonlight Peaks in July.
The only release date on mine, I'll shove my release date in here because I only have one, is Mermaid Mask, Tangle Tower sequel, July 12th.
Yes.
Finally!
Yes.
July 12th! So actually, with those 3, we don't have to wait. Me and you aren't waiting that long for Servant of the Lake, Mermaid Mask, and the first. What was the first one you said, Livy?
Moonlight Peaks.
Yes.
And I've got one more that's got a release date finally. Aquapark Tycoon. I love a business simulator and I love a water park. I've been watching this one for years and it's got a release date of July 22nd. So I'm very happy about that.
I do feel like we say like it's a Rebecca year a lot, but I do genuinely feel like it's your water park tycoon. You literally could get more specific with you.
Yeah. And it's doing the sort of like old school kind of like theme park manager sort of thing, because there was another water park. There was Water Park Simulator, which came out earlier this year, I think. And look,
okay, that's the one I saw.
We know that I love a supermarket simulator, but I knew I was saving myself for Aquapark Tycoon, so I didn't go down that particular rabbit hole. But yeah,
I was thinking of the other one because it has a really goofy thumbnail, which I really appreciated. Oh, this is like this literally looks like a Rollercoaster Tycoon or like...
Yeah, it's doing that. So it was in one of our Indie Cups a couple of years ago. I was really impressed with the
initial...
was? like preview that I saw there. It's been on my radar ever since, and yeah, it's coming out on the 22nd of July, and I am
Hell yeah,
very down to just lose 20 hours or so making my dream water park.
You're gonna be so locked in because you'll know exactly what's up,
right? Oh man,
it looks so colourful.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that the other one's called Aquapark Simulator, which is
right.
People get very sniffy about games with simulator in the name. I think they're a charming subgenre, but
too.
I did want to save myself for this. So
okay. Oh my gosh, Aquapark Simulator looks. Oh my god, I kind of want this. Do you have to clean it up?
Me too. It got very stream and baity earlier in the year. I think it's in early access. I don't quite know.
Aquapark Simulator. Oh, I'm gonna have to.
Oh no! Wait, this is another different one.
Yeah,
God
which
damn it, what's
I'm
going on?
looking at the Aquapark Simulator one, and it's like.
Okay, so there's also Water Park Simulator, which came out a year ago. Jesus Christ.
Okay,
which,
Water
again,
Park right,
which
yeah.
is
This is the one with the goof. This is the one with the lady in the thumbnail who's like got a cocktail and stuff.
Yes, yeah. Oh my goodness, this is perhaps the downside of this genre. It's that it's very hard to keep track.
Overwhelmingly positive though. Oh my god.
I mean, I've heard really good things.
I've been looking for another podcast background. I'm looking for another second screen game.
Yes.
I'm gonna quickly add this to my.
Yeah,
I'm gonna add all three. I'm gonna add all three to my.
Very nice.
To my wish list.
I love that.
But right, yes. Sorry, other games.
Yes.
That you're looking forward to second half of the year. We've got the release date ones out the way. Those are the ones that are locked in. We're ready.
Yep. We've also got the Tiny Bookshop DLC is not confirmed for this year, but is happening, which I'm really excited about.
Love that for you.
Okay. There is also, and like, what more is there to say other than that we made the joke about Tiny Bookshop's Tiny DLC, and then it
happened.
You
predicted it again.
Another one, we've got a new Strange Scaffold game coming out on July 29th, which looks wildly good fun.
Wait, which one? Oh
it's called Truck-kun is from another world.
That one.
And it looks wild. I've kind of gone down a bit of an isekai light novel rabbit hole recently, so I'm like, this looks really fun. It's kind of chaotic driving game, not always my thing, but it looks hilarious. It's very charming. It's Strange Scaffold, so you know you're going to have like a weird good time.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yes, this one. What the Truck-kun is supporting me from another. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's such a long title.
But that's the thing in anime a lot. There is a lot of like, I was transported to another world as a slime, and now my boyfriend is like. The anime names are so long these days.
I'm literally reading at the moment. I'm in love with the villainess, which is a quite well known.
I've known
like isekai line. Yeah, it's
incredible.
Very funny.
Okay,
it's very funny. So yeah, I think, and the last one that I wanted to talk about just really quickly, and I'm going to bring it up.
Yes, I'm quickly wishlisting all these Aquapark games we've just talked about.
Okay, so the last game that I'm excited for, it has 2026 as its release date. It's not like confirmed when. Is from the same developers who did Vampire Therapist, which honestly is a game I bounced off a little bit, but I like their style. And they are doing a new game called Better Than Us, which is essentially an Eat the Rich game, which I'm just very down for and excited for.
I don't know that one.
So yeah, it's a little bit of like
oh my god, it looks amazing.
I think it was like a heist game. I don't know if that's super accurate, but it's basically like, you're kind of blagging and heisting your way into this like rich elite in a sort of sci-fi dystopia. And like
the artwork, it looks so cool.
Their artwork is fantastic. I like I say, I bounced off Vampire Therapist a little bit, but I do generally like what they're putting out there, if that makes sense. So I'm really excited to see this.
This looks like it's giving Transistor, you know, like the Art Deco. Yeah. Oh, the art! It looks so good.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of like a Wadget eye look to it as well. It's got a little bit. I mean, like some of the environments are kind of reminding me of Ghost Trick, which will always be complimentary. As well. So like, it looks really good. And I'm, the thing was with Vampire Therapist, I thought they were doing vampires really well and therapy not so well, and so that's kind of why I dropped off. But how can you go wrong eating the rich?
Exactly.
So
Oh, this looks great. I'm wishlisting this as well. I love
Yeah,
the
it looks so
art.
good, right?
She looks fantastic. She's, oh my God, like red hair, this kind of like fascinator with a bit of a veil, and she's got like these amazing shoulder pad situation and just a great dress and
Right.
great heels. This is so cool. Oh my God. Maintaining
I'm
a
very
complex web of
excited.
lies. You're convinced the freakishly ultra rich you belong among them, long enough to take what they treasure most, their stuff.
Right. It looks so good.
Yes.
So yeah, like I say, I'm very excited to see where that goes.
Those are some good picks. So one that I think you'd be
Mhm.
interested in as well is
Mhm.
the Caligram Studio game.
Yes.
I am your host because we really liked. Oh my God! Why am I? What was that game called?
Phoenix Springs.
Phoenix. Thank you. I swear to
Sorry.
God, I'm a grandma mode activated.
No,
Me
we've
and
both
you-
been doing it tonight.
Me and you really liked Phoenix Springs.
Yes, it's a cool game.
Very cool. Loved what it was doing.
Yes.
And now they got a new game. Well, they've
Yeah.
announced their new game. I
They
am your
have,
host.
and I will tell you one little thing about this is I almost auditioned for the narrator role for this. I thought about it. I couldn't because I was still at IGN. But if they had put that in, if they put that audition out like 2 weeks later, I would have auditioned. So
God damn it!
right,
Caligram.
Well, next time, Caligram, if you're looking for someone.
Yes, we have so
but I,
many so many hours of audition
Yeah.
tape of podcast
I
episodes.
know, right? But like, they found someone now to do the narrator role, and like, I'm genuinely just like can't wait to hear because like the voice acting in Phoenix Springs is amazing.
Yes, they.
I know
someone
there will
very
have-
cool.
I know they'll have found someone amazing to do this one. There will only be a tiny like 1% part of me that cries that I couldn't audition for it, but because I wouldn't have got it, but it would have been fun to audition, but I couldn't. But anyway,
Well, you never
it-
know. But
long story short, I'm very hyped for it.
I'm your
course.
host. It's a detective investigation sim where you basically have to restore a lost podcast. So very relevant to us. You have to like,
indeed.
it's like you have to listen to interviews and outtakes and transcripts and there's timelines and you have to basically work out what happened to the host of the podcast. It's so cool. Like, it's just such a very, the idea
Yes.
itself makes me want to play it.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why the audio is important. Because they need
Mhm.
someone who's gonna. It's basically one person's voice. So
Indeed. I mean,
very
like
interesting, isn't it?
I feel like the top line of it looks very like Immortality meets TR49, but also I kind of feel like I want
Yes.
to put that forward as like an emerging genre, but also I think that this has the potential to be like a really great step forward for that genre.
Yes, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. There's something about database archives, database detective games, which I
Yes.
love, but like Immortality and TR49, because of the audio aspect of it, it's a new way of like engaging with it instead of just reading all the time. Like Her Story and all of Sam Barlow's games, like I love them because they're video format. Like that is just such an interesting way of engaging with like a detective's tale. And this one is audio files. So
Yeah.
that's cool. I'm
Right?
so ready for it. So I knew
I'm
we'd
really
both
excited
be
for that
very
one. Yes.
big fans of that. Another one, a couple of others on my list, Toem 2. The first Toem game was like a cute photography sim where you play as like a little dude.
Oh yeah.
Who it's very wholesome. I would say it's probably if I had to recommend like a really nice like couple of hours wholesome game that I knew would land, it would be Toem, the first one. So I played the second one where it's the same kind of setup. You play as someone with a camera. It's a photography game and kind of a puzzle game as well. You'll meet people and they'll have like missions or tasks for you to do. Very silly tasks. So for one of the ones in the demo was a robot who was doing stand-up. And they forgot the punchline to their joke because they forgot what a bicycle looks like. So you need to go find a bicycle, take a photo of it, go back to the robot, show them the picture of the bicycle, and then they remember the punchline to the joke. It's very wholesome, very sweet.
That's so cute.
This one has an Animal Crossing style aquarium as well. So,
oh my goodness.
One of the quirks of this game is that it's kind of like 2D characters on like a 3D scape. So you can turn the camera and reveal hidden objects, reveal hidden parts of the landscape. And like there's an aquarium in this one, and it's very cute, and there's just lots of fish, and there's lots of tasks involving like taking pictures of fish, and like it's so nice and wholesome, and the characters are great. This time the camera you can have different abilities. Instead of taking photos, there's like creative ways of using the viewfinder. So in this one, they have a mechanic where you have a screwdriver, so if you open up your camera, look through the viewfinder, you can like unscrew things and screw them, which, it's just they've come up with new ways of like using the camera, and it's very cute. The demo was great, so very much looking forward to that one. Penguin Colony, the people who made Uramangi Generation,
the Lovecraftian horror one.
Yes, I played the demo for that. It was really good, Rebecca. I feel like it's quite odd because obviously you play as penguins, but it's more creepy than I thought it would be. I know we were dealing with Lovecraft and stuff, but playing as a penguin, I was a bit like, how horrific could it be?
Can I be?
Apparently, very much so.
Very.
Because also there's like this like ancient language you keep hearing, and like it's just a lot of it very much is like environments, and you're walking through them, so not a lot is happening around you. But I think that's what makes it really scary. There'll be something in the distance and it's not moving, but you're moving towards it, and you're a bit like, it's getting bigger, and you're like, what the fuck is that? And yeah, it's the same vibes as Umurangi, but it's just, their own take on Lovecraft, and it's very like, I don't know, there's something very, Umurangi was very much like this as well. It's a commentary on colonialism. There's a lot of like Nazis in the Arctic, and obviously there's people already living there, let alone the penguins who are there as well. So indeed. there's a big commentary on that, which only was kind of like teased a little bit in the actual game, but from the trailer that looks to play like a big part of the story. So very much looking forward to that.
Yes.
And then last one, which if you're going to play one demo during this next fest or in your life, anyone listening to this, it is the Deconstruct Team Salky Harbor collab, Virtue and a Sledgehammer. Rebecca, this fucking game rules. And I feel like
amazing.
I feel like you're gonna
I was really hoping you'd mention this one, because I was really wanting your thoughts on this.
Buzzwords: daughters, mothers, anger, rage, robots, AI, but in like an interesting sci-fi way, and not in like oh my god, this is reality.
like the cool speculative AI, not the automatized plagiarism AI. Yeah, no, I get
it. Queer people doing queer things. Like it's just it's everything I think me and you love in a narrative. It's very it's so good. The idea of the demo and the entire game is you play as a young woman who, without giving too much away, she's kind of pissed at her sister. Her sister has done something, and she's like, fuck you. And she has a giant sledgehammer. And the idea is you, for a number of reasons, are kind of making your way through this robot town that your sister has made to look like the hometown you grew up in when you were kids.
Wow.
And you are smashing your way through that and its robot inhabitants. And if that is a metaphor that is a bit ham-fisted, I guess, that's not even the fucking beginning of this game. Brilliant. I had to stop playing this demo because I was like, it is the subject matter that it is dealing with. I don't want to spoil any for myself any further. The robots, some of them are scared of you. Some of them say things to you that's really profound. The number of sentences that gut punched me in the demo alone was just like, fucking, like, this team, like, obviously we've been fans of deconstructing for years. With Selkie Harbour, they worked on Many Nights of Whisper, the one about shooting the arrow. And that was very much about like a young woman and kind of thinking about her role in her life and, you know, in the society she was part of, the community, and her being reflective of that. This one, you have a fuck off sledgehammer. So you're kind of thinking, but a lot of it is just rage. And I know me and you have spoken a lot about women and rage and how that is represented in media, and how there's not a lot of it. Life is Strange is probably one of the ones where I was like, with Alex, where I was like, I love this character because she is full of rage. Is that her name? In
Alex in True Colours.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you got Alex. I think that's true of like Chloe and Alex. And
yes, Chloe
like,
too.
To be honest,
yes.
a lot of the female characters in that series. I mean, Safi in the newer ones again, talking about the newer cast. She is. The best part of Reunion, honestly, was her like grappling with all of her feelings, in my opinion, at least. So
this is like that, but if you gave Chloe a sledgehammer. And
I could see a lot of interesting things going down, depending on who you gave the sledgehammer to.
Yes.
Which in itself is an interesting narrative question.
And it's also quite artful, the way that it like, it's very not surreal, but it's the way that things are presented to you is there's certain ethical dilemmas. There's again like thought experiments, and I don't know, it's just this kind of like, it's very focused on the relationship between sisters. And I really liked that a lot. And not just, you know, like teenagers, adult women.
Yes. Okay, yeah, because we don't get enough of that.
No.
Just generally. And
yes.
I, especially like, although I'm an only child, I think like adult sibling relationships are really interesting, and like just you know, familial relationships.
Yes.
Other than being a parent to a child when you're an adult, it's just, you think about them all the time, but they're sort of never really represented in fiction, and that's so interesting to, you know.
And yeah, this demo alone really captured because there's like, you know, there's a certain way you behave with your mum. It's like a maternal thing, and you know, with your sister, it's different. Speaking from experience, I like not in a bad way, but you can be harsher with your sister. You can be more. It's just different. The relationship is different. Like the way that you talk to each other, the way that you, because you're friends, but you're also family, and that there's that. The forgiveness aspect of being sisters is like, you're always going to know each other. You're always going to be in the same rooms. You're always going to be together, whether that be Christmases or whatever. And there's this aspect of like, and honestly, it's like how you were raised. Like they're like another version of you almost. It's like if I was born in this time, or if I was like, we came from the same place. We were raised the kind of the same way, and we're two different people. That relationship is really interesting. And as media, as much as I love mothers and daughters, I love queer couples like lesbians and like two women. Sisters is a very specific kind of relationship, and I have never seen that explored to the extent that this half-an-hour demo explored it for me.
I only feel bad that I've never really thought about the lack of like sisterly relationships in video games, but now I'm really intrigued, because you could probably fit that list on a very small piece of paper. Games that have gone into like specifically relationships between sisters. There are a fair number of sibling games, I think. But
yeah, you're right. I would agree.
I'm thinking Lost Records kind of has like a significant sister subplot, I feel.
Yes, it definitely
sister,
does.
But that's not like the central relationship by any means.
Yeah.
So
we're talking about older women who, and in this case, have real trauma. Like if you want to know more about it, definitely play the demo, add it to your wish list, do anything. But if there's one game that from me, what I've talked about this episode, that you'd like to listener that you'd like to take away with you is Virtue and a Sledgehammer by Deconstructing in Selkie Harbour. This is peak Deconstructing. I've loved them for years, and this is peak. So
I'm so excited.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
I just feel like me and you, We'll get into it. I feel
Yes.
rage. But honestly,
we're too cheery. We're too cheery when we're together.
We
You wouldn't
are.
believe how full of rage we are when we're not together.
Honest to God, what did you say about about the Pride episode? I was like, I don't know if I have it in me to do the Pride episode. And what did you say? You were like,
I said we should do the Wrath episode. Yeah,
Which I think was, and I was like, I would kind of love that.
I know, me too. But the thing is, that was the mood we were both in before we got to hang out, and now we're very giggly and happy because we get to hang out together. So.
Oh God. But that's all from the ones that from me that I'm looking forward to. So from my perspective, the second half of the year is stacked.
Yeah,
and I didn't even talk about. You've still
Yeah.
got your list. Do you want to fire off some more?
Oh, I think that's. Let me
Oh,
look
you're
at the
good.
bigger list. Let me look at the bigger list and let's see if there's anything else because there were a couple more.
But
that I
those are my big
highlighted.
ones. Virtual Sledgehammer,
Yeah.
Toem, Penguin Colony, Mermaid Mask, I'm Your Host. I'm sure there's more, but
Definitely
God,
done
that
my,
is...
my big ones. There's still Roman Sans Rebuild. Fingers crossed, getting its release date back
Oh
this year.
my
I'm not
God.
sure.
Yes.
There is an extremely horny game called The Symbiont 2, which I'm just looking forward to because
Ooh, is that the underwater one? Is there
No,
a mermaid
that's-
person?
no. Okay. I think I might know what particular screenshot you're thinking of, but I think it might have given the wrong impression.
I love you saying something and me being like, is it this thing? Is it this thing? And you're like, no, it's I get
so-
my Otomi games, my visual novels, my horny visual novels all mixed up.
Yeah. Oh no, they are. This is the one with the extremely beautiful blue alien boys.
Okay, it's a blue alien. I think I got it
Extremely
wrong.
beautiful blue alien boys, and yeah, that's getting a sequel with a different cast. So I played the first game and its standalone DLC last year. It is a super horny game, like very NSFW. It also, frustratingly, has the makings of like it's a cool sci-fi setting. I'm like, if they had just put a few more hours of the sci-fi in there as well, it would have been like
Yes.
I mean, again, it's a game that sets out to do what it does, and it does it
Sure.
very well. But I'm like, it's got a good plot though. It's got a good plot, and you should put more plot in there. And but that is getting a sequel that I'm like, hopefully, maybe the plot will come in as well. And it's about like the guy from the first one's cousin, so of course he's also a hot blue alien boy. So I'm happy about that.
Sure.
And the other one that I was looking at, I'm just like looking through my own notes now, but I do remember that Out of Words is.
What's that?
That's been pushed back to 2027. Never mind. But it does look really lovely. Again, it's got a very It Takes Two sort of vibe to it. It's just mainly my obsession with games that are visually made by like scanning in real world art. It's like very claymation.
Okay,
and
that's cool.
So yeah. What else we got? What's we got? Oh yeah, Death at Flaming Manor just looks like another really nice. I think if The Seance of Blake Manor did it for you, this also looks really good. It's just one that I've seen
activated.
around. Death at Flaming Manor. Check that one out.
I think I'm looking forward to the second half of the year. I think if all these games come out and I'm my top 5, I'm thinking at this point, Virtue and a Sledgehammer, Penguin Colony, Mermaid Mask, and then potentially Cairn. I really like Sol Sesto as well. I know I talked about that on a podcast, one of the episodes a while ago.
Ooh,
and
yes.
Mina the Hollower. I feel like I might enjoy that. So I don't know. It's all open. It's open.
Right? so much still to play. I mean, like, oh yes, so many. Okay, I'm not going to just start naming games because I am now in a bad habit of just like being like so many games. But yeah, I do think of those. The one that I would shout out would be Death at Flaming Manor. Does look like it's got a cool Seance of Blake Manor thing going on.
Yes, Death at. Oh, okay. Yes.
Fleming. So yeah, it's like Fleming.
Oh, you're right. Yes, it does. Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't. Honestly, I think this is just one where I go on Reddit a lot to look at memes, and they had a really good advertising campaign on Reddit, and I just sort of like started following it from there.
That's one way to do it.
It is. Honestly, I get a lot of cool indie game recs from Reddit. I will say it. Honestly, my hottest take: Reddit is the least cesspitty of all the cesspits of social media at the moment. If you curate your feed well.
Oh, okay. With that caveat, I would.
Yeah,
I would
with
agree with
the caveat of if any community starts to piss me off, it's gone. It's in the bin. So I'm just like,
I do feel
very
like
few
Reddit.
things.
There's less chance of shit slipping through the cracks. I do
Yeah.
find with other stuff, I'm exposed to shit, and I'm like, ugh. But Reddit, you can airlock that. You can airlock your feed down, which I quite like.
Yes. But yeah, so Death at Flaming Manor, stylish 1960s detective comic art, which is like perfect for fans of vintage whodunits. Yeah, that's going to be great.
And it looks very fill in the blank. It looks very fill in the blank, Golden Idol-esque, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All good.
So excited for that.
So to kind of cap off the mid-year check-in, to kind of, for those, I guess this would be the equivalent of TLDR. Mine would be, I'm a bit disappointed with the beginning of the year. There are a few things that have caught my attention, but nothing that I'm really excited about. However, the second half of the year for me looks to be absolutely stacked. There's a lot of games coming out by developers that I really, really love. So I think I'm disappointed, maybe too strong, like I said earlier, but I am very much looking forward to the second half of the year. So that's where I'm at so far. How about you? If you could sum up an hour and 50 into...
I would say probably I agree with you. The first half of the year has been like just a little bit low-key for me. Nothing's super jumped out.
I like the term low-key.
Discussed. Yeah,
I like that.
It's not like, because I think it's, it's not been bad. I like I say, in terms of general quality, probably higher than I've had fewer misses than usual.
True,
but also
okay.
fewer hits. I think in terms of the back half, there's not as much for me that I'm super hyped for yet. I mean, obviously there's obvious stuff like Servant of the Lake, but that's like that. I mean, that when you're in a series, you're in a series. I'm just. Because as we talked as well about like being in quite a different place, like professionally for this half of the, I'm just interested to see where it, like I said at the top, it's kind of all to play for as far as I'm concerned. I wouldn't be super surprised if I came out of this year not having found anything that I felt super strongly about on this occasion. But most years I do eventually find the thing that is the thing from that year.
It will find you.
Exactly. And I have like I have quite a bit of faith on that, like, the thing is still there to be found.
Yes.
Even if I don't find it until next year or whatever, it's out there for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, no, kind of a low key. It's okay if it's a low key year.
Yes, me and you were in a state of transfer. we're in a. I mean, I could literally get to the end of the year and be like, I could be puzzle pilled to fuck and be like, I'm all in the puzzle area.
Yes.
I'm. Wow, have you heard of any of these games? Like, Rachel, they're all Dracnet games. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
and
as long as we're not getting paid to do this podcast, I don't think that's a conflict of interest.
God, that's true.
Another thing I do think is this could be a year when I am all about the DLC. I can feel like if the Tiny Bookshop DLC drops, that could be because I've just been enjoying the little collabs, the little reasons to return. And
it could
that
be your
could be
your
the
year.
thing that stands out. Exactly, especially if Blueprints gets like a final update or something, then it'd be. See, I knew I'd get you.
All bets are off.
Soon as
I know, bets are off. If the Blueprints, if that happens, fuck this list, fuck this year. It'll be Blueprints a year again. My game of the year will be Blueprints again.
I'm not afraid to make it happen.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not afraid to make it happen.
If that did happen, I would actually scream.
You can tell Liam's not here. Nobody's objected to this yet.
I need to make a tag on the website that's like Blueprints chat, because we talk about so much. Blueprints mentioned. Because
it's so incredible. It might be my favourite indie game of the decade by the end of this whole mess. Like, I could realistically, it could be there. There's
a seat next to you, and I could be sitting in that seat with that take next to you. It looks tasty. It looks tasty. It looks comfy. I'm not going to eat the chair.
I mean, I do have snacks if you would like to join me.
Oh, God. That game. We need. Okay, we stop. We should stop.
No,
right. Okay. And with that,
no one here to rein us in.
I know.
There's no third party getting bored of this part of the conversation.
God damn it. And with that is our mid-year check-in. I'm sure maybe next episode we'll poke Liam for his as well.
Absolutely,
because I'm keen to know.
Insist upon it.
Yes,
frankly.
his takes.
I think I'm hosting the next one, right? So I can.
Yes. Yeah. Poke him and see what takes fall out. But with that out of the way, have you got any final things? Are we good to go?
I'm good. I mean,
Wow.
like the last 10 minutes was me just reading a list that I keep in my own notebook. So
I know, but I just love a list of indies. I do
me
like it when
too.
some's like, here's a list. I'm just like, I'm going to wish to all. I'm
Oh.
going to wish to all every single one of the things you
bloody
just
love
said.
it. Yeah, no, it's great. It's great.
Because it's so hard to find them these days. Right? Okay. Whatever. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well, not with you on the marketing team. It won't be.
Oh
so-
my, yeah! Woo! And on this podcast where we do just list a bajillion games,
And
that-
people are like, can you just you add to a wish list? Yeah. Damn it.
But yes, with that out the way, we'll close off with some hyperfixations. Do you have a hyperfixation this episode for us,
I have
Rebecca?
too many, so I'm going to try and narrow it down.
I love that.
I think I kind of covered one of them up top when I talked about going to see Amazing Digital Circus finale in the cinema
Sure.
and then playing the Little Kitty Big City tie-in event
Yes.
to that, and it was a great experience. Although, like, oh my goodness, teenagers in cinemas don't not even what that they're a lot. But
Oh, really?
Still, though, like amazing ending to an amazing show.
Okay.
It really was one of those endings where I was not like normal for like 4 days afterwards. I was quite,
I need to, one, finish the series, and
yeah.
two, watch the movie, because I really did enjoy the
Oh,
series.
the movie's going to be up on Netflix and YouTube in like 3 days. So
Perfect. I'll
yeah,
wait
just-
till
just-
then.
make sure you're all caught up because it gets very
Yes.
plotty towards the end.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it
sure I
was-
saw most of it apart from one episode in it, because I caught up with it being released. So I
Yes.
think I only have one episode or 2 episodes to go, and then
yeah.
I'll be...
There's
Nice.
9 altogether, I think. So it's quite short.
Oh, I got to 8,
Um,
so yeah, it'll be
oh,
literally one
brill.
episode.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Glad to hear it's good.
But yeah, like I say, it took me a few days to emotionally regulate with the aid of the kitty. So that was it was just really good.
Do you have a favourite
Um,
character from the Amazing Digital Circus?
Can I just answer that with a prop?
Yes, you may. Prop is allowed. Kinga!
Kinga! I love Kinga. I
Yes!
also actually no, I'm not going to say who else I like because I feel like spoilers for the finale are kind of inherent
Oh.
in some of the other. I mean, the thing is, I like the whole cast. I think
I
it's a really
do.
good cast,
My favorite goes from day to day, but I do like the crying one with the anxiety one.
Gangle. I do. I can't choose. They're all so great. I can't choose other than I think Kinga. I'm a big fan of his voice actor anyway, so that's like an easy.
The voice
way to
is
say,
great.
This is my favorite character, and like B, he's just like such a good. He's just a sweet character. I think it's
Yes.
easy to be like, Kinga's my favorite. That's not a particular
lore
spoiler,
as well.
So, yeah. So yeah, it was great. I can't wait for you to watch the
Okay.
movie and
Yes.
tell me your thoughts. Yeah, what else? I fell down the Tears of Themis rabbit hole. Don't need to go into that too much, but you know. Rachel knows why
Yes,
I'm
I
I'm
do.
I am just absolutely this Otome has taken over my real life. I can't wait for it to end, Paul. So I'm actually having quite a great time. But the thing that I really want to talk about, in all seriousness, is that I am still in kind of a romance kick with what I'm reading.
Oh,
And I read a novel. I read a new novel by an author called Kat Sebastian, who is quite a big name in like historical gay romance, which is like a
Ooh.
big genre. I'd not read any of her books before, but she brought out a couple of months ago her first ever contemporary set romance, which I was like,
Ooh.
okay, that's interesting. But it kept getting pushed to me because it is about 2 actors on the set of like a sci-fi TV series.
I see.
You see where it kept coming through my feeds. But so I was like really dubious because like, I don't really know this author. I'm like, it's her first foray into something different. I'm like, it feels a little like cliche because everything's like advertised via book talk. So it's like, okay, here's all the tropes.
Sure.
They're like, oh, it's like enemies to lovers. It's like road trip and all of this. And I was like, but you know what? It's Pride Month and I want to give it a go because I want to read some queer stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to read any non-queer things until July the 1st if I can at all avoid it. So I read it and it's so good. It's just such a brilliant book. Maybe it's because I'm kind of a bit of a baby when it comes to digging into just like like traditional kind of romance dynamics with no like romantasy or like weird horror stuff or whatever. But it's just really, really sweet. I was so engaged with the concept from the start because it was like oh, enemies to lovers. And I'm like, okay, are we sure? And then like half a chapter in, I was like, okay, so they're already married and it's just them realizing that they're already married.
I love the enemies to lovers trope. I love it so
You
much.
would probably really love this book though. It's just like it's honestly just like a really nice affirming romance though. It's kind of like quite gentle. It's not like, it's not super high drama. A lot of it is just people like caring about each other and having like nice, wholesome conversations. Also, the point of view character has quite severe anxiety and is a migraine sufferer. So I felt very much like, girl, he's literally me. So yeah, and it was just not, I was not expecting from the whole, it's like enemies to lovers and like blah, blah, blah. And I was not expecting it to just be so nice. I was like, this is just so wholesome. And I was like...
How old are the main characters?
Late 20s and mid 30s, I think.
Love that.
So yeah, the younger one's like 26 and the older one's like 34, I think.
Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a very mature, but in like age way.
Yeah,
romance.
but it's like it's so sweet because they've been on this show together for 7 years. So like it started when they were quite young and like they've known each other for all that time and just always been like really adversarial, but it's just so sweet. And like it was a very sweet, and also I just love it because I read a lot of horror and a lot of very fraught things. And the points where I was like, I hope this all works out. And then I was like, it's a romance novel. Of course it works out. We're fine. It's so safe. But also,
the book isn't going to trick you like a horror book or...
Exactly. But I think
you're
it's, like,
safe.
It's quite nice in a way if you're going to write like a very safe romance to do it in a way that's like, actually, let's think about like good relationship practices and like, you know, very like individually affirming and like, you know, just being like happy and kind to someone and like it's just really good. Go read Starshipped by Cat Sebastian. It's so good. So sweet.
It's so nice when you find a book like that. That's just very... Is it quite an easy read as well? Are you like breezing through it?
I had the audiobook, which was I think pretty well performed.
How was that?
And it was really good. Like the guy, I wasn't sold because he's got like quite it's quite a very distinctive like voice, and it was a little bit, he didn't super differentiate between the characters in a way that was easy to listen to, but he does have a great voice for like kind of, even though it's contemporary set, kind of like this golden age view of Hollywood and like Hollywood production sounded really, really good.
Right, yeah.
I would say if you were reading it, it was like quite an easy read. I'm so tempted just to listen to it again while I'm on holiday because I'm like, it's so nice. But I do have the new Chuck Tingle as well, so like on audio. So between those two.
Oh yeah, we were saying earlier for your holiday, you got the book list, the book's ready to go.
It's good to go. It's ready. But yeah, I've just been reading quite a bit because obviously I had like the week off and so I read a few books. I read the new Richard Osman as well. Been reading some more T. Kingfisher. Been reading the new Life is Strange books, and just been having a nice time with some nice books. That's been good.
Good. I hope it's healing you and you're getting nice and restful.
It is.
On holiday, I got through so many books. I got through for me, I got through like 4 in a week. One was in a day, but that was short.
What was it?
Tender as the Flesh.
Oh, okay.
So it's not exactly the most holiday book, but I'm kind of fucked up. I do like...
No, I get you.
My sister was reading it on holiday and she was like talking to me about, she was like, it's just really gross. But in like a shocking way, but it means something because it's about like cannibalism and we'd mentioned it before when we talked about horses, what happened with horses in the indie space. And so I had read her other book. So I was like, you know what? Let's do this together. I'll start reading as well. And I did enjoy it as much as you can enjoy, inverted commas, a quote like that. A book like that. But not exactly a holiday read. But that was the one I read in a day. Probably because I just wanted it out the way.
That's fair. Yeah, see, I used to do that. And now I've tried to curate this holidays reading quite tightly around, not sort of completely unchallenging things, but around things that I know I'm kind of in the mood for right now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to challenge myself emotionally, so I've got quite a lot of romance lined up, but also like kind of like spooky but not super horrific stuff lined up as well. So
that's the way to go.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I have often been known to just take some weird stuff on holiday. I'm just in a romance mood at the moment, clearly, so that's kind of what I'm focusing in on. But yeah, what about you, Rachel?
Wow. I told you, I hinted
Well,
to you
I know,
earlier
but
today.
like, I've got to let the audience in on it.
You do, because I went to go see Backrooms, not The Backrooms. I thought the film was called The Backrooms for the longest time. It's not. It's just called Backrooms, with my mum and my dad. My mum was like, "Do you want to come see the Backrooms with me?" And I was like, "How do you know about this movie?" But
Yeah.
Rebecca, you had mentioned it before because you talked about how much you liked Iron Lung, and you talked much about Backrooms, and we are both keen to go see Obsession, because I know
Yes,
you haven't seen it
definitely.
yet, and I'd like to see it.
No, I missed that one.
Basically, all these YouTube horror movies, which have seemingly come out
Yes.
of nowhere, but are all really fucking good. So yes, you talked about Backrooms. I wanted to see it anyway, but I don't know about you. I didn't go in with much of a expectation. Like, I'd seen Kane. What's his name?
Kane Parsons.
Yes,
Kane
thank you.
Kane Pixels is his screen name, but Kane
Yes.
Parsons, I think, is his real name.
So I'd seen Kane Pixel's YouTube videos, and I'd seen him interviewed actually about Backrooms, and he seemed really interesting for being a 20-year-old. No
Well,
shade,
indeed,
but I was
yeah.
very much like, okay. Backrooms is really fucking good. I really enjoyed it. And I'm not super into all the lore and like the layers. I got like the Easter eggs. Well, some of them anyway, like, oh, the pool level, they
Yes,
hinted at
that was a good bit, yeah.
That was a good bit. So I was like, okay, I'm picking up what some of the more Easter eggy bits. But in terms of just like a horror movie, loved it. And like standalone as well.
Yes.
The liminal spaces is great. Love that, whatever. But for me, it was more the surreal aspect of it. I like that they didn't take the Backrooms too literally. It was very much of like it as an entity in terms of what it takes from you and how it copies that, and how
Yes.
I'm not sure, honestly, because I'm not too familiar with it. I'm not sure how much of that is what's his name? Parsons' own idea, and how much he took from. I'm kind of interpreting it as like, you know how like there's folklores and people take from the folklore. I'm kind of treating it as in like he had a few takes of his own, but a majority of it was probably from 4chan or wherever it originated. Put the creepypasta of it all. But I just thought it looked amazing. I thought the actors are really great. It gets very surreal. I really liked it a lot. And I would see it again for sure to try.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot to chew on thematically.
Yes, there definitely is. I look forward to watching it again. I think my mum would probably really like to see it. Yes, she quite enjoyed the web series when I showed her bits of the web series. So again, that's probably a classic. We'll watch it either on my birthday or over Christmas, sort of.
Yes,
on streaming.
But what did you think of it as well? Because as a horror fan for our listeners.
Weirdly, it's like went to see it a couple of weeks ago, and it like definitely left an impression of an experience I enjoyed. It was quite like mellow, which I think is kind of how the Backrooms works, except for those brief moments of abject terror. And like I think so I'll say I'm not super into the specific lore of this. I actually went and started watching the YouTube series that he did after I went to see the film, because I'd only seen the first couple of episodes. And so it is all, I think, in universe together. I think a lot of the specific lore, as I understand it, is what he particularly brought to his vision of the original creepypasta, but like obviously iconic stuff like the original photograph isn't his, for example. That it's all kind of based on. So no, it's definitely like a collaborative fiction project, much like the SCP Foundation. I know we've talked about that as well.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like it's interesting. It is something that could only come out of like digital kind of folklore, like you say, which is honestly, someone somewhere is writing a PhD thesis right now about like the rise of digital folklore, and it's just going to be great.
Agreed.
Like
100%.
Can't wait to read that. I think that it did. I was intrigued by the use of space. I think that it was interesting. I think it's been slightly controversial how much they've kind of gone with the psychological horror aspects, just because it's like shorter form visions of the Backrooms tend to be like, you're just lost in it. It's not anything to do with you, but you can't really do that in like a full length film or novel. It kind of has to reflect on the characters in some way. I actually personally thought it was done really well, the way it kind of reflected on the main character or main characters.
Yes.
And yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of found footage horror as well. So it had like
Mhm.
nice uses of like first person camera, some really spooky uses of
Yes.
the first person camera was really
Unbelievable.
good.
I couldn't believe how
Um,
real it looked.
Oh,
Oh,
I know. It's so
so
good.
good.
The sets are incredible.
Yes.
The amount of like work they put into building those sets is just amazing.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a very there's something quite like soothing in a way about the repetitiveness of those environments, and then you just see something so fucked up and you're like,
Yeah. There's
oh god.
there's like a familiarity in seeing all the furniture and seeing something that
Mm,
isn't quite, because it's interesting. As a space, if I
mm.
knew I was perfectly safe, I would love to explore the back rooms.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
got
And
that
that's like,
empty mall vibe. Like, I want
yeah,
to poke around some weird environment, but of course the whole catch is that there's something down there
yeah.
with you,
Well,
and
that's the thing, is like that's very
it's
much from
alluring.
the Kane Pixel series, is the idea that there's anything in there that's malevolent.
Mm.
The absolute purists of backrooms lore will be like, the horror is not from anything that's chasing you. The horror is that you just ended up in this space. You don't know how to get out. There's
Yes.
no marker. Like the space itself is the horror. Again, I'm like, it's much harder to do that in a long
Oh,
form piece of
100%.
narrative fiction. Like, it's almost impossible, I would say, to kind of carry that off without any kind of external
Mm.
threat. So I understand the creative like trade-offs in the way that the story unfolds, but I also do understand the like the just inherent horror of being like, it's just you in this space and you can't get out, and you're just gonna have to
Yes.
keep walking through it and walking through it and walking through it. That's a different kind of scary. But
Mm.
you can't. People think you can. I don't think you can make a film of a man walking
No.
through empty space for an hour and a half. So fair enough.
I don't think you can
there's-
either. Like,
No.
in some ways, the horror needs to be external.
Yes, absolutely. Well, this is the thing as well, because I went to see Exit 8 a few weeks ago as well, which is another
Yes.
really, like, honestly, those two as a double bill, that'd be like perfection.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, and like Exit 8 does the same thing. It introduces like a fairly, not super conventionally done, but a fairly standard, this is the way that the protagonist's situation in his ordinary life is then mirrored in the
Oh,
situation.
yeah.
Which is obviously not a thing in Exit 8, because it's a little puzzle game essentially, really.
Yes.
It's hidden object with a bit of spiciness to it is
Bit of
the
spookiness.
TLDR.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I think that that's how you kind of like create that hook. And honestly, mainly I wanted to bring up Exit 8 because I learned a great fact about it, speaking of the way these sets were made on both films. Exit 8, they built the corridor, and if you were going to be in a continuous shot, you had a little bicycle, the actors,
Oh my God.
and they had to ride the bicycle round so that they could go and then walk back through.
Oh, but why a
the loop.
bike? Could they not just, I guess, for sound reasons? Or quick?
Maybe probably speed, and also it's Japan, so I suppose a lot of people like it's like pretty common to just have
Hop on a bike.
have a good enough like bicycling skill, because I can't even ride a bike. I'd be like, that's terrifying, but like, I guess you probably do.
Maybe a scooter. They would have got you a scooter, like a little push scooter.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just I think those two films, just in terms of like the way that they were made and the way that they came through, and like the involvement of the original developers in the films, and the way that the sets were crafted so lovingly. And then you can also kind of bring Iron Lung in there as well, but that's slightly different because that's like super claustrophobia rather than the idea of like these big spaces that are really unnerving. But yeah, what a year for indie horror films.
It's kind of crazy, and like, I just like that people. It's awesome that people showed up for it. Like, obviously they were, because it's an internet phenomenon almost. But like, I was reading some stats about it today. So it was made for 10 million, and in its opening weekend made 81 or 82 million dollars.
It's slaughtering Star Wars at the box office, which is just incredible.
Which is great. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
like,
so
it's
incredible. What the fuck?
No, because it was Backrooms and Obsession, I think both. It was like Mandalorian and Grogu was in third place, wasn't it, or something? So
I'm not surprised. I can believe that 100%.
So like Exit 8 was a bit quieter, I think, because it's a Japanese language film, and it's not like dubbed, it's a subtitle film, and so it's just never going to be as big. But it did pretty, it was good to see it. I got to see it in like a big Cineplex in my city, so it wasn't like a total total sleeper either. But yeah, Backrooms, Iron Lung, and then also because like Amazing Digital Circus keeps getting kind of like brought into this as well because of its cinema release.
Yes.
What
Oh
a
my
few
god.
weeks I will say though, to counterbalance,
YouTube,
there was,
man, it's dictating the
YouTube.
market.
There was
And indie
also
games.
this year
Mm.
a Film of the Mortuary Assistant, the Dread XP game.
Oh yeah,
And I
remember
did-
you mentioned that.
It was gone in the cinema before I got time to see it, but it's on Shudder now. I did watch it the other night, and it's not
Okay.
quite hitting those heights. It has some
Alright.
great moments, and the problem there, I think, is it tries to do exactly the game.
Right.
And it made the really strong case for all of these other films not doing exactly the game. It's still worth a watch,
Interesting.
I would say.
Yes.
But it's but then yeah, when I watched it with Mick, he was like, I don't think if you hadn't played the game, the pacing would have been like quite.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I
That's a
still
shame.
kind of want it. They tried something cool, and it's still good it's a good Shudder watch, and I'm just like, it deserves to be mentioned in the same breath, even if it's not quite hitting those highs.
Oh, it is like Iron Lung. Obviously, Backrooms having a bunch of indie games. Like I just Exit 8 indie game. It's just, I do think there's more to be said here. I think maybe we should definitely do an episode.
I think I've got it down on the list somewhere of an
Yeah.
episode of just like,
So I look forward to
especially
that.
because there's so much multimedia. I mean, we were talking about it earlier, weren't we? About like the idea of like increasingly multimedia world.
Yeah.
That's something that's kind of been going on in Japan with most of the big franchises for a long time, but now you're seeing it more with indie games, more in like Western franchises, and like that's all
Yes.
super exciting. So
Oh, I think, yeah. No, I think that's a really good place to end.
Yeah.
And thanks for listening, everyone. We're going
Yeah,
to wrap it
thank
up.
you.
Have a very happy Pride. Also, you should support your queer content creators during Pride Month. And guess who's a queer content creator? We are. So
Hell
if
yeah.
you could ever be so kind, as always, if you could leave us a review on Apple or Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, we would really appreciate it. But you know what? It's all good. But the Pride Bundle is still there if you want to contribute in a more direct way. But yeah, go support the people you love. Because God, don't we need it?
Indeed.
God damn it. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Like we said, we'll be getting Liam's takes at some point, maybe next episode, or the episode after.
Very hopeful for a swift recovery.
Yes. Like Rebecca said, we've got a couple of interesting episodes coming up. I think you said this last time. We might have a Paralives review.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of targeting.
Yes.
In the next one I lead, certainly.
Yes, we've got a couple of other focused episodes. So yeah, keep an ear out for those. But until then, thank you for listening and goodbye.
Goodbye. Happy Pride, everybody.
Woo! Flick that fan. Let me hit that. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Woo!
Fan clacking. Woo!
Hey.
Indie Venture is a video games podcast created, produced, hosted, and edited by Rachel Watts, Rebecca Jones, and me, Liam Richardson. For more information, including a list of every game we mentioned in this episode, make sure to check out our website, indieventurepodcast.co.uk. You can get in touch by sending your questions, comments, and feedback to contact@indieventurepodcast.co.uk. You can support the show by rating us 5 stars and leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or your preferred podcast provider of choice. Some of the games we talk about on the show may have been provided to us for free for review consideration. Our intro music and stings were composed for us by Ollie Newbury. Check the episode description to hear more of his excellent tunes. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks for another episode of Indie Venture. Bye for now.